Hello Facebook, hello YouTube, what is going on everybody? This is Ruben and I'm back with another Ruben Report. For today's video, I wanted to discuss food deliveries like Uber Eats, DoorDash, and for those of you out there who are like myself, who are doing food deliveries, but you decide to use a motorcycle instead of a traditional vehicle. I wanted to share with you guys my setup, what's been working for me for the past couple weeks, things that I've been experimenting with, and what's been working for me so far. So when it comes to delivering Uber Eats and DoorDash on a motorcycle, the two main issues that you're going to probably face are orders containing drinks, and then secondly, orders containing large items, bulky items such as pizzas, right? And depending on what type of bike you have, some of you may not have luggage attached to your motorcycle like I do. This is a KLR 650. It's a adventure style motorcycle. It's quite easy to find like dirt bar racks and things of that nature to bolt luggage to, but some of you don't have that luxury with the type of motorcycle that you ride. Maybe you ride a motorcycle or even a scooter, something that's a lot more fuel efficient. So what I'm gonna share with you guys multiple different options. I have seen quite a few videos out there where folks who ride such much more fuel efficient motorcycles, and they utilize something like this. This is the backpack that you can buy directly from DoorDash, and this backpack is pretty cool. Now, this backpack does have its downsides I'm going to share with you, but first we're going to talk about the good thing. The good thing is that on the inside you have this tiered layering system, right? So you can take this guy out and you can have basically two levels of food on the inside, right? This also opens from the front, so you can load things in from the front, okay, if you so choose. Like so. Right? Now, the biggest issue that I personally have with the backpack is that it's not very big. And what I mean by very big, I mean by like long or wide. Because depending on the restaurant that you go to, for example, we're talking about pizza deliveries. That's probably the main thing that you're going to be worried about. Depending on which restaurant you go to and how big the pizza is, this does extend out to give you a little bit extra space. But let's see, for instance, here, I don't know if everybody gets orders from Costco or other such places, but I think a Costco pizza should be sort of the standard when it comes to pizza deliveries in general. So in my mind, if it can't fit a Costco pizza, which is one of the biggest pizza boxes that I know of around my area, then the bag just ain't it. Right? And as you can see, this bag has trouble fitting a pizza box like Costco. Okay? For smaller pizzas, it could possibly work. But that's just something I wanted to mention. So, as far as buying the DoorDash bag, I wouldn't recommend it. There's a lot of other different bags that are available on Amazon that are a lot bigger, that can fit pizza boxes from Costco. Obviously, they're going to be a lot more bulkier on your back. But again, depending on what type of motorcycle you ride, not everybody has the luxury of bolting on luggage like I do with my adventure style motorcycle. So what I have on my bike is I have bought this pizza bag from Amazon. It is a 20-inch by 20-inch bag, and that's the biggest size that I could find, and I can actually fit up to 3 Costco pizzas in this bag. It's quite tall as well. So I'm going to show you guys now how the box fits in the pizza bag that I have on my bike and my setup. It just slides right on in. And there you have it. And the way that I have my bag secured to my motorcycle is on top of this box. There's these tie down places all around. And so I just have a bungee cord going around the top in through these loops. And depending on how big the box is, I'll wrap the cord around here multiple times. So that way it, really straps it in securely and doesn't let it slide around. And so I'll wrap this around here, like so. Just give me a moment. Alright. And I just hook it in the front over here. And it just stays put. Okay? Doesn't go anywhere. And that's been working for me so far. I've tested it with 2 different pizzas. One from like a Chicago pizza place, and obviously from Costco. And it's been working fine, flawlessly. And when it comes to, again, this bag here, you can buy this on Amazon. This was actually pretty cheap. I think it was like 20 or 25 bucks. Simple, can fit the biggest pizza that I know, and is very easy to secure on the back of the bike. And that also just leaves the rest of my luggage free for other things. So the next thing I want to talk about is drinks. And here's just an example with the bag. I haven't used the bag for drinks. But if I would make sure I had some type of drink holder. You can get these from whatever restaurant you go to. They usually have them. And you would generally want to adjust the level of your second platform to be pretty much just as tall as the drinks are. So that way, once it's set in, it can kind of hold it upright so it doesn't like tip either way. And what I would also do is whatever food they ordered, I would place it on the inside. Let's just pretend that this is full of food, right? I would place it on the inside, kind of pushed up against the drink, so that way it can't tip anywhere. You see what I mean? There's also cup holders on the sides here for you to put drinks as well. And depending on how many you get, it might be advantageous to utilize, one or another. Me personally, I think putting them on the inside potentially could be a lot more stable, depending on the setup. But whatever works for you is whatever works for you. You get a total of 3 cup holders on the exterior of the bag. But like I said, I don't use the bag. What I've actually been using for myself is I've been using my top box. And in my top box, I have this drink carrier that you can buy from the DoorDash store. Now this drink carrier is great because depending on how many drinks you have, you can fold it up, okay, if you don't need it, right? So generally what I would do is same concept. I would put the drinks here in front. Okay, let me get the cup here so you guys can get an example. Just like that. Boom. Put the cup there in front. I put the food in the back here. Okay. So let's get, for example, right? Let's just pretend that this is full of an order, right? Put that in the back. So the food is pushing up against the drink carrier, and the drink, okay, doesn't move, right? It doesn't spill. And I've been doing this again for the past 2 weeks, and I haven't spilled a drink yet. Okay. What you can also do, let's take this out. Same thing. If you don't have that yet, get a drink carrier. Okay. And then the same thing would apply. You would put the drink in there. Okay. And then you would just make sure that you pack the food in such a way that it pushes up against the drink, right? Kind of like, if it's just one, kind of like smash it up in the corner, all right? So that way it can't move anywhere. If it's multiple drinks, again, I would put one here, and then the food pushing up. As long as you're trying to push the drinks against something stable and kind of surround it to where if there is some shaking, it can't really tip over. That's gonna well, give you the best chances of not spilling anything. And I've done both, where I've had just a drink carrier, and I've actually used I prefer using that. Haven't spilled anything yet, and hopefully I never do. All right, and that's pretty much it as far as the two main things you want to look out for. Another tip I would say, when it comes to obviously whatever order you get, you want to make sure you use a hot bag. But an extra tip, especially if you're delivering food that's going to be quite a far distance, what I've also done is I've put the food in a hot bag like such, and in this box next to the exhaust, the heat from the exhaust kind of gets through to my box on this side, and it helps keep the food warm. And I've done deliveries where I've ridden, upwards of 15 miles, because the area that I live in, there's a lot of folks who live in like back country, where you got to take back roads for miles before you can get into the city. And I've taken those orders because I live in California with Prop 22. High miles don't scare me. I get paid 30 cents a mile, and whatever the order pays me, I get also paid by the hour because of Prop 22. So if I see an order that has a good tip and whatever type of base pay, again, doesn't scare me, I go ahead and take it because I know I'm going to get paid that difference. And keeping the food warm for longer using that trick, putting it on the box next to the exhaust, is helpful. The last thing that I want to mention when it comes to setting your bike up for food deliveries, I think this just goes without saying, having a good phone mount and a place, something to charge your phone with, right? Obviously you're using your phone all day and you want to make sure you keep your phone charged. So again, these are really basic things. Find whatever is best for you. I heard Quad Lock is great. I've had this phone holder on here. It's been working fine. And also this here, not only does it charge my phone but it also gives me a voltage reading of how the battery's doing. So very, very essential upgrades for food delivery. And that's pretty much it. Using that trick, putting it on the box next to the exhaust is helpful. So as you guys can see, I mean, depending on what bike you use, obviously these things are going to be, you know, more helpful to you, maybe not as helpful to you, but whatever bike you use, I mean, obviously using a motorcycle to deliver food like Uber Eats and DoorDash is quite advantageous because of the nimbleness and the ability, especially here in California for myself. I can just get around traffic, go wherever it is that I need to go, and utilizing a vehicle like this is obviously a lot more fuel efficient as my pickup truck here. You know, doing food deliveries, it's really only profitable using a vehicle like this, unless I had like a Prius or something, which I just don't. Other motorcycles such as, you know, scooters or the Honda Groms, things like that, I've seen quite a bit of videos out there, folks using those type of vehicles. They get amazing gas mileage, but it all just depends on your market. If your market allows you to only stick to inner city type stuff, those type of motorcycles or scooters, they're amazing. You can scoot around 40, 45 miles, 50 miles an hour all day. But for me, I got to ride on back roads. Sometimes I got to get on the highway. I'm delivering food relatively longer distances. Having a bike that's more capable and also just more convenient with a lot of different ways to store things overall makes things a lot more advantageous for my market. So I hope you guys found this video to be informative. If you're interested in doing Uber Eats or DoorDash on your motorcycle, I hope you take these tips and tricks and apply it to your game. You guys look out for some more videos I'm going to be posting. I'm definitely going to be doing a ride along here soon, showing you guys how it is in my market and taking you guys along with me on some food deliveries. All right. So until next time, guys, stay safe out there and peace.